Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Shoreline the Driveway with me, Brett. Just me. Hey, so we're doing a DIY project, and guess where we're at? We're back in the garage, and this is a couple of things I kind of want to go over. I just maybe want to be helpful for those of you that have Jeeps, because Jeeps are very popular, so a lot of people have them. But you could also correlate this issue with other vehicles as well. I just don't know the specifics on how you would go about fixing them. So we're going to talk about the Jeep Wrangler, probably the most popular vehicle in America, other than maybe the Ford 150 or something. But very popular. And what I suggest is, if you're mechanically inclined at all, or you have someone in your house that is get a diagnostic tool. Now, I'm not advocating for this brand. I'm just showing you what I have. And it's an inexpensive, I think around $25 to $35, and you can spend more if you want more. But it will read your trouble codes on your vehicle. If you get a check engine light that comes on, I forget the name of these plugs here, but if you plug these into your diagnostic tool, and the vehicles are all located in the same place, typically, sometimes on the sidewall, but they're usually underneath your firewall, underneath your steering column to the left side, and you usually have to reach under there to feel it or get down on your head to see it. But they only go on one way. You can see they're shaped so that they only fit one way. And what it does is these pins push into the vehicle's computer. And going through the menus, it will pick up a trouble code and give you a code. I think it's P064 or 62 or something like that. The one that we're talking about here, the number's not that important, because if you don't have a Jeep, it's going to be different for you. But what it does is it's telling me that my coolant, the radiator fluid that keeps your engine cool, is too low. The temperature is too low. So they say, after reading and diagnosing and not talking verbally, but listening to a few YouTube videos, the experts say that this is most likely 99% chance that it's a faulty thermostat. So the thermostat, what that does is it opens and closes and allows fluid to go through your engine block from your radiator. So the air hits your radiator, cools the coolant down, and it gets pumped through your block. That keeps your engine cool. It's one of the things that keep your engine cool. Oil does that too. So, and air also a little bit. So what that does is, if that thermostat is stuck closed, it won't allow the fluid to get into the block, and your engine will overheat. That's more common. I think in this case what's happening is the thermostat is staying open. So you can run a vehicle with the thermostat open. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to cause any damage other than throwing a trouble code, and you're throwing cold water right into the block as soon as you start it. So you'll be running colder longer, the engine. Not really good for it. It won't hurt it unless you do it extensively. This is a code or a problem that I've been having for a while. I'm just deciding I'm going to fix it. So I didn't know what was going to be involved in changing out a thermostat. So again, I went to a YouTube video, saw several different ones, make sure they're all kind of on the same page. And it looks like a very easy thing. In fact, I've already fixed this one, but I didn't video it. So I want to go back. That's what I'm doing today. And it's like, why don't I video that? It's a DIY, right? Hey, ding. A little slow, but hey, it still works. So these are, I don't know what they call these. They're OBD2. That's the name of the plug. Code readers. You can pick them up at any automotive store, Napa, Advance, whatever your favorite one is. You can also probably get them on Amazon. I mean, what can you not get on Amazon these days? Literally. So I'll just set this down. I just want to show you what mine looks like. It's a small one. It is one of the cheaper ones. But it allows you to also reset the codes too. If you know it's a code that's not going to damage it if you drive it, which in this case was the point, then I like to erase the code, because if I leave the code on, then it doesn't give me my fuel mileage. And I like to know what my fuel mileage. I like to try to drive it in eco mode as much as possible. I'm an economist. I mean, an economist in terms that I like to be efficient. So those of you that know me know that I like efficiency. So anyway, aside from my OCD, so this is what the thermostat looks like. Now this is the old one, but the new one looks exactly like it. It's a $20 part. That's all it is. It's made of plastic. You can get aluminum ones, but you don't don't need it. The OEM one came. OEM means stock. Came with a plastic one, so it's going to be fine. It's only 2 bolts. 2 bolts. And here's the thermostat. So when the computer tells this thing, or I don't think it's a computer that talks to this thermostat. I think it's actually the temperature of the water passing by it. So when it gets up to temperature, the thermostat will pop open and allow fluid to go through and cool the engine. And it opens and closes as it needs that temperature. So your engine likes a certain temperature range. It doesn't like that cold water going in it right away. That'd be like somebody waking you up in the morning and going, all right, here's a bucket of water. Who wants to wake up like that, right? Well, your engine doesn't like to wake up like that either. So the thermostat is closed when you first start your vehicle. That allows the engine to warm up faster. And it's also going to produce hotter air for the cabin because it uses the core heater, which is a little radiator inside your dash that will push warm air across the coils and warm the air inside your vehicle. So having a working thermostat also will allow the vehicle to get warmer when you need, in the wintertime when you're trying to run the heater. So it uses the same fluid, the same hot fluid that goes through your engine block is used to warm your airspace inside the cab. Fun fact, right? I know most of you may know this, and I'm not trying to talk dumb to everybody, but I don't know who my fan base is. It could be, people that aren't that familiar and just find it interesting. So I'm going to talk to all the points, but I'm going to keep it very layman's. Okay, so what this is in the vehicle, it's 2 bolts, and there's the radiator hose goes onto this nipple here. So it's just a band that clamps on here. Some are spring-loaded and some you use a screwdriver. This is a spring-loaded one, so I just pushed it down the hose and then pulled the hose off. Now to change this, what they want you to do, what they showed in the video, is to go up underneath and pull this shield down and then empty your radiator. I decided that I'm not going to, it's a mess, or you can collect it and put it back in. That's probably what I should have done, but I don't have a bucket. You're not going to lose that much fluid by taking this off at the top of the block, because some block is water flows downhill, right? So I'm at the top of the block, so there's going to be a little bit that comes out, but it's not going to be an absorbent amount. So whatever little bit it is, that saves me from having to go under there and take this panel down, which is like 10 or 12 screws, and then you have to loosen the petcock, they call it. It's a little valve that you open, it lets the fluid drop down. Instead of doing all that, a little less work and straight to the point, I just went to the top and let the fluid run. It ran all over the floor there in the garage, but it was probably less than a quart. It wasn't much. It was very little, maybe this much in a cup. So it wasn't bad at all. And in fact, it's evaporated this morning. I never did go and clean it up, so that's the way I did it. So this is your thermostat on this vehicle. Now different vehicles, some of them have just the thermostat. They don't have the thermostat built into this housing, but that's the way it's designed on the Jeep Wrangler. This is a 2014 Jeep Wrangler. So I'm going to show you where it is. Let me grab my flashlight. Hold on. Okay, my handy dandy O-light that Jeremy gave me a long time ago. Jeremy, if you're watching, I still have it. I use it all the time. I love it. Pull this thing off. I'm going to flip you around. You don't want to look at my ugly. Okay, so this thermostat, and there'll be a shiny new one. I'll put a light down there. Can you see it? It's the black. It's that black piece. And my focus is going in and out. I'll put my finger down there. Hold on. I want to point it out to you so you can see what I'm doing. I'll just place the camera like right about there. Not the camera, I mean the flashlight. Okay, so right there. I mean, you can see it, right? Let me see where I can get. Okay, there it is. You can see the bolt. You see the top bolt that's like right here? The light's shining right there, but it's the bolt right there. That's the top bolt. There's the elbow. And the hose is over here. You can see part of the clamp. And then there's a bolt underneath. So in order to get to this thing, all I did was undo these two brackets. There's a sensor that plugs into this. This is an air intake. This is a modified aftermarket air intake. Works like your regular stock ones. It's instead of a box, it has a nice filter on the end of it. But anyway, you take these off and it pulls right off. You undo that thermostat, and I took this and I just set it up here. So once I did that, I was able to get to that. You can see it real good now. See it? The elbow right there. That's it. In fact, I'll compare it to this one. See how it looks like this one? This is a dirty one. The clean one is on there already. The new one. So it's just 2 bolts and a hose. It's real easy. And then you just put all this back together. Don't forget to put your sensor back in there. And then I still have to put the Jeep cover back on there. The engine has a cover on it. And that's it, really. I haven't even tested it to see if it's going to work, if that is the problem. Because if that isn't the problem, then it could be a sensor. The sensor is faulty and not giving the right temperature of the water. So that would be the next thing to check. But this was a quick, easy. You might spend a couple $100 in a shop to have a mechanic switch that out. And if I can do it at the house and it only cost me $20 and about 30 minutes of time, why not, right? So I still have to get some coolant. I don't have any. So the coolant in the Jeep is a little bit low, but it's not going to be so low that it's going to make the engine overheat. It's got enough fluid in there to get me to a store, which I'll probably go to tomorrow, and I'll pick some up. That's really it. If you could ask questions, I would answer your questions, but I think it's pretty straightforward. So on the Jeep, it was real easy to get to. And on most vehicles, that water, sometimes there's a water pump. The thermostat, sometimes they're right in the top. Even easier to get to than this one. But this one was really easy. Decided to do it myself. It's less than a $20 part and hopefully fix the problem. Now I just got to get some more coolant and add it to the radiator. And that would be it. So that's another DIY project. You know what I noticed in these videos so far, even the 1 or 2 that I've done? I'm always wearing this Tennessee Vol sweatshirt. It's so warm. And it's festive and it's football season, right? Go Vols. They were a little disappointing this year. Games they should have won. Games they had won and they shot themselves in the foot. But hey, they're looking for next year. They've already fired their defensive coordinator. That was their biggest problem, the lack of defense. And great things for next year, hopefully. So you just keep rooting for them. Next is basketball season. Go Vols. And they're good at baseball too. So, hey, I just wanted to, I don't know what yet I'm going to do with all this channel yet. I just want to have fun with it and share a few things. I do have another video I'm going to do. And it's a back door lock. It's a manual lock, kind of like you would use a chain to put on a slide chain. So someone breaks in, it opens this far and it stops. Well, I've got a better solution, and that'll be in another video coming soon. Shoreline to driveway. Nice of you guys to join me. I appreciate your support. And we're going to keep on with the DIYs and the traveling and the adventures. So hope you have a good day, and we'll talk to you again soon.